Love story of Mike and Maria. Number one. Before we read the story and the conversation, let us study some vocabulary. First, sleep in. Sleep in means to sleep until later in the morning than you usually do. Rise and shine. Rise and shine is said to tell someone to wake up and get out of bed. Indifferent. Indifferent means not thinking about or interested in someone or something. So you're not interested in someone or something, you can say indifferent. An early bird. An early bird is a person who gets up or arrives early or who does something before other people do. Not my cup of tea. If something is not your cup of tea, it is not the type of thing that you like. Reminisce. Reminisce means to talk or write about past experiences that you remember with pleasure.
It was a Sunday morning at Mike and Maria's house. The clock had just struck 8. Maria had woken from bed and was cleaning out the eye boogers from her eyes. Mike was still sound asleep. It was another beautiful day in the state of California. Maria loved to wake up early in the morning and cook breakfast. Mike, on the other hand, would much rather sleep in. Maria made sure to wake up Mike by offering him a home-cooked breakfast Mike could never refuse. "Wake up, Mike. It's time to rise and shine," she said, shaking him back and forth. Mike covered his face with a pillow and let out a long groan. "It's too early, Maria. Can't we keep sleeping?" he asks. "It's Sunday, for goodness sake." Maria pulls the pillow from his face and taps his face with her hand. "Come on, wake up. I'm going to cook breakfast. I'm making pancakes and eggs, your favorite," she says to Mike, hoping to get him out of bed. Mike reluctantly gets out of bed and walks to the kitchen. He could not say no to pancakes for breakfast. Maria made the best pancakes in the world. He was indifferent about eggs. Maria did not know about this. The sun peered through the window and blinded him. He closed the shutters to block the sunlight. Maria began to cook, while Mike served himself a tall glass of orange juice. Mike sat down at the table and let out a big yawn. Unlike Maria, he was not an early bird. Maria finished cooking the eggs and pancakes and served both her and Mike the food. She sat down with Mike and had a conversation while eating breakfast. "How did you sleep last night?"
Okay, I kept tossing and turning.
"Why? Were the cats and dogs keeping you up?" Mike and Maria lived in a neighborhood with lots of pets. They always made noise at night.
No, I kept hearing this snoring sound next to me. It was too loud for me to go to sleep.
"I don't snore that loud. You were exaggerating."
You're right. I'm just joking. But I really was having a hard time going to sleep last night. My back is killing me this morning.
"My back has also been hurting me the last couple of nights. Maybe it's time we go buy a new mattress. What do you think?"
I think you might be right. We have had that old mattress for years now. God knows if any springs have broken.
"Let's go to the mattress store next weekend and buy a new one."
Okay, good idea.
Mike took another bite of his pancake and savored it in his mouth. "These are really good pancakes. Thank you for making them."
You're welcome, honey. It was my pleasure. What do you think of the eggs?
The eggs were fine. I really liked the pancakes.
Is there something the matter with how I make eggs?
No, like I said, they're perfectly fine. Eggs are just not really my cup of tea. I thought you knew that.
You don't like eggs? I had no clue. Why haven't you ever said anything?
I didn't want to hurt your feelings. You know how much I love your cooking.
I know that you do. Next time, just be honest and tell me the truth, okay?
Okay, honey. I'm sorry. Mike and Maria have been living together for 2 years. They would often reminisce about how they first met. Maria loved to tell the story at social gatherings, but Mike would feel embarrassed as Maria talked about their first interactions. It was at a coffee shop in downtown Los Angeles. Mike remembers it like it was yesterday. Maria recalled it well, too. It was a story they would one day tell their children when they were older. It was a story of Mike and Maria's first encounter.